This is going to be fun to talk about. Transformers Age of Extinction is directed once again by Michael Bay, and this is the fourth installment in this Transformers film franchise, and it's a standalone sequel to Transformers Dark of the Moon. The plot is, well, what is the plot of this film? I don't know. It's kind of complicated to say it, because basically we're introduced to this new character. It's not Sam Witwicky played by Shia LaBeouf. It's actually played by Mark Wahlberg as a new character named Cade Yeager, who is an inventor, an unsuccessful inventor, who is basically a widow father who's looking after his only daughter Tessa. And it's not till he meets Optimus Prime and joins forces with the other surviving Autobots, who has basically been hunted down by Black Ops group by the humans, who are wanting to hunt down all Autobots, Decepticons to leave Earth. And then you got these other side plots that kind of go somewhere, and it just, where do I begin with this one? After success with Dark of the Moon, it's pretty clear that Paramount and Michael Bay want to continue this franchise and see where this franchise can go from there. So I was kind of in the minority. I was in that moment of like, okay, but try to do something new and different, which they are trying to do something new and different with a new set of cast, a new direction for this franchise. So I was kind of hoping maybe Michael Bay realizes, okay, let's do something new and different. But I'm just going to jump and say it's the same type of movies we have seen in the first three previous films. So going to Age of Extinction, I was kind of hoping this could be go either way. It could go like Dark of the Moon. It's not great or good, but at least it was watchable. Or it could be Revenge of the Fallen. It's pretty bad. I'm going to say now, guys, Age of Extinction made Revenge of the Fallen look like a masterpiece in comparison. I did not like this film. I thought this film is pretty terrible. I did not like it. I can tell you right now, the story itself is very, very inconsistent. Heavy plotted, too much exposition heavy. Certain characters and certain stuff doesn't go anywhere. It just felt like Michael Bay has all this stuff going on, trying to shove so many stuff in there, trying to connect to this bigger story, but it doesn't go anywhere as much. It doesn't allow the script to develop or do anything. It's, again, another Michael Bay thing. It's just not that good. And as far as the dialogue in the film, is pretty awful, I would say the least. I did not like the dialogue. The dialogue is atrocious. Everything about this dialogue is just over stupid jokes, silly sex jokes, so many dumb choices that character says, and even Mark Wahlberg's character Cade, who basically having an argument with a guy after dropping from that giant ship thing from lockdown, and basically just made an argument, and he grabs a beer, a Bud Light, which is product placements in this film. Excuse me, there's product placements in this movie. Smashes it off, drinks the beer, and having an argument with the guy, which, okay, where did that go? Nowhere. And everything about this film is terrible. I can't say what else to say. I probably will repeat some of the few things what our critics are saying. The story and the dialogue is juvenile, messy, inconsistent, convoluted, too many characters, so many human characters that it gets more focus on them rather than on the Transformers, which that is the biggest issue from this, from Michael Bay. There's too much on the human characters. Now, I'm not against human characters in certain movies that's based on IPs. Look at, for example, being, Sonic the Hedgehog movies. Even if you love those movies or not, but at least the filmmaker Jeff Fowler knows how to focus on a certain character like Sonic, Tails and Knuckles and Shadow. At least he tries to focus on them. Same what you want about the first two, at least he does realize, okay, we need to focus on them because that's what people want to see. They want to see these characters. So that's what he did, and he listened to those problems from the first one, and even to a certain degree to the second film. At least it listens to the criticisms. Michael Bay, people who write this film, Paramount just says, just focus on the humans. No one really cares about Transformers. We want to try to get human emotions. Okay, fine, but if you're going to make the humans in the film, make them enjoyable. At least the writing is good. But the writing and the dialogue these characters give, especially from the actors, which I try not to trash on the actors because I know their job is not the easiest, but most of the acting, well, not all of them, some are standouts. I will say this, Mark Wahlberg as Cade, I will say he is the best part of the film. He does try, despite how his character is written, his character is just nothing much. He's just basically a widow father. He's an unsuccessful inventor. He tries to buy some money, try to pay his rent or pay his bills, try to do the right thing. His daughter Tessa, played by Nicola Peltz, I think I pronounced that actress's name. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Her character, Tessa, I did not like her. Her performance is pretty terrible, and she's just there to be, Michael Bay-fied. Basically, she's just supposed to be there looking pretty with the makeup, the lipstick, the hair, and the way she looks, especially the clothes she wears. Especially that one shot, we do see Michael Bay puts a camera bottom down bit, and you see her wearing short shorts. You can see a bit of her butt cheeks. And when we're going like this, come on, Michael. You done it before with Megan Fox, did it with Rose Huntley Whiteley. Can you please do something different than just showing us that a female chick just to be hot and not give much a character? That is dumb. And oh yeah, TJ Miller's in the movie as Cade's best friend. Not that interesting, really annoying. I like TJ Miller, but even though now it doesn't really hold up what I'm said there, but I never liked the character. His performance was pretty terrible. And of course, we have another human character we don't give a fuck about. Is basically Tessa's boyfriend, who's played by Jack Ryan. I think I pronounced the actor's name. Hope I correct if I'm wrong. Who is an Irish actor who's actually in Midsommar with Florence Pugh, which I felt that came out a while ago, years ago. I did watch that film. I really liked that movie. I will talk about that some point that later down the line. Maybe he is a good actor, but his performance wasn't that good. He's just there for the paycheck. I think most of these actors are just there for the paycheck. He's really not that interesting. He shouldn't be in the movie, but I guess he had to have a hot boyfriend with a hot girlfriend. Okay, fair enough, but again, you don't need that. I'm here to watch Transformers. Most of the Transformers characters get sidelined. They're too much on the human stuff, which we don't really give a crap about. As far as we see the Autobots and even Lockdown, Optimus Prime, he's fine. Peter Cullen does his best. He's there just to give the voice. He does overall give the best voice performance, but most of the other Autobots are just there in the background. You do see them, but you don't really get much. And I believe that one of the characters, basically a Howling Commando type of Transformer Autobot, who's actually voiced by John Goodman, which I remember seeing that character going, oh, that's John Goodman's voice, which here it's Sullivan from Monsters, Inc. James P. Sullivan or Sully from Monsters, Inc. movies, the first one and its prequel, Monsters University. His voice performance was fine. Most of the voice actors who voiced these Transformers characters, they did their best. They're just there to do their job. And of course, you have Lockdown, who's in the film. Yeah, Lockdown is alright. Mark Ryan is alright. He does his best to voice the character very well. But most of his character is just there and trying to hunt down the Autobots, trying to locate Optimus Prime, which supposed to go up to its curator, which leads into The Last Night, which we'll get to that soon enough after this review. But as far as Lockdown's character, very boring, not that interesting. They could have done so much more with him. He only killed off certain Autobots, especially killed off one Autobot who do see get killed. Is Ratchet, who is the medical officer of the Autobots. And when I saw it, I was kind of pissed off when he did that, because I thought, why would you kill off Ratchet? Okay, you kill off any Autobot, but why Ratchet? Okay, you kill off Ratchet for no good reason. Okay, maybe because you're trying to have, because Ratchet is so close to Optimus, but you could at least keep Ratchet in the film, maybe be injured and then maybe have him come in or something. I don't know, but you had to kill him off for no good reasons. Thanks a lot, Michael Bay. Thank you very much for that. And as far as Michael Bay's direction, it's really lazy. It just becomes very typical. It's very, how he's made these films from Transformers. I don't want to trash on Michael Bay. I do respect him. He is a good filmmaker. He has done good stuff before, but this is way too far from my reach, because I wish someone could have maybe, tap him on the shoulders and maybe say, Michael, what are you doing? That's stupid. Don't do that. That just made me question, why would you do that? You could have done it this way or could have done it that way, but Michael Bay is all about explosions, hot women, men just talking gibberish. Military conspiracy stuff in the film is questionable, especially with the CIA Black Ops type of people, especially by Kelsey Grammer's character. Kelsey Grammer, he's fine. I do think he does try his best, but he's just mostly there for the paycheck. I do like him as an actor. He does his best here, but I do like him as Beast in the X-Men films. Well, X-Men The Last Stand. Of course, he made a really small appearance in X-Men Days of Future Past. And of course, he did the voice of Sideshow Bob in The Simpsons, which he does give a good voice performance. He is a good voice actor and a great actor overall, but his character here is boring. I just did not care. The moment he comes onto the screen, I couldn't just go, can you please go away? I just don't care. You're not that interesting. No disrespect to Kelsey Grammer, good actor, but pointless to be in this film. Very pointless. And of course, we introduced another character who is basically there for the paycheck, and he's also kind of decent to watch. Stanley Tucci, who's basically a creator of this cereal company. I can't remember what the company's called, but basically he wants to use the Transformers that have been killed off, but bring them in to create their own Transformers. Okay, that doesn't make sense. So you want the Transformers to go away or get eliminated, but you'd rather have Transformers parts for yourselves to create your own Transformer. That doesn't even make sense! Why? Did Michael Bay just make this up during this movie? Just say, oh yeah, let's just throw that in. It didn't have someone maybe advising him, or maybe look over the script and maybe go, no, maybe don't do that. Maybe do it this way. It makes the film better, or make the story a bit more cohesive. But again, Paramount just let Michael Bay do whatever the hell he wants. About someone tapping him on the shoulders and say, Michael, that's fucking stupid. Don't fucking do that. And as far as the visual effects in this film, some of it looks alright. Some of the special effects not too bad, but most of it kind of looks noticeable, especially when Galvatron comes along, which basically transformed transfer the body into Megatron, when we saw in Transformers the Last Night, basically being resurrected. And basically when he transformed into this Transformian, I think it's called, when you see it, it looks like a introduction of your PlayStation 2. Did I get that vibe as well? Did anyone get that vibe? Yeah, I thought so too. And as far as the action scenes, some of it doesn't look too bad. There are some entertaining moments here and there, but the majority of it is kind of overblown its day, and some of the action is kind of like, okay, Michael, we get it. It's too many bang, crash, boom. That's what it is. Just bang, crash, boom, explosions, slow motion effect. It just becomes tiresome. And the moment this slow motion effect comes in, I'm just like, okay, it feels like the Zack Snyder just came on set one day and just filmed some of the slow motion parts most of the time, because there were a couple of times I was like, can we play a drinking game every time there's a slow motion effect? And of course, back to the CGI, there's one scene where Mark Wahlberg's character and even Jack Black's character and Nicola Peltz's character on top of this cable were trying to escape from these Transformers hounds or dogs type of thing. Basically, they're crawling. Some of the background looks very noticeable because some shots in certain daylight, look at the scene yourself. Look at the scene here. It looks very noticeable. It looks very, very unpolished. I remember watching that. I remember noticing that the first time I watched it in cinemas. I remember going, is that the best you got? Is that all you can do? Is that it? You could have paused it a little bit further? Come on. And again, there's so many times that Michael Bay kind of wasted certain characters, especially, well, since we're now on that subject, the Dinobots. The Dinobots are fine, but they're just there in the last half of the film because they were advertised throughout this movie, but they came in just like the last half of the film, the final act, the climax of the movie, just doesn't go anywhere. It's just one quick finish, that's them there. So you put them in there. For the majority of the trailers, you knew they were going to be part of the end of the film. Because I remember watching the trailers, I remember going, I guess I won't be appear till the final act of the film. And yet, as I'm correct, I completely correct myself, they do appear at the end. They do appear. Oh my fucking god! Shit my pants! They are not in the movie until the last hour or the last half act of the movie. What a waste! And they kind of butchered them a little bit, which they basically, I don't know if they meant to talk, but they just roaring or something. Again, I'm not familiar with Transformers stuff, but if you are, let me know. The way they handle the Dinobots, they kind of wasted. I'm like, come on, Michael. If you're going to put them in there, put them in there for a good reason. Do not shove them in there for the last second. It was like Michael Bay saying, oh, let's add the Dinobots in. About have them in there for the present of the story. But again, it's Michael Bay doing his Michael Bay shtick. Waste of time. And the way this film ended, it's kind of ended like really quickly, rushed, and basically Optimus Prime, after he kills Lockdown, and basically had to go up to space to send a message to his creator to leave Earth alone. And the moment it ends, it just ends. And that leads into Transformers The Last Night, which is my next review coming up. I'm going to end up crying in the shower right now. So, Transformers Age of Extinction is probably the most boring, lifeless, dull, uninspired, just an overall waste of fucking time. And the more I think about it, I'm putting this as probably my least favourite Transformers. Because I always thought Transformers The Last Night is the worst, but I'll get to that in a moment when I get that chance to review it. But as far as this one, Transformers Extinction, it's probably the worst one out of the bunch. I'm going to say right now, this film is boring. Not fun. The joke's not funny. The dialogue is atrocious. The visual effect at times does look a bit off and a little bit unpolished. The action scenes are fine in certain areas, but most of it just becomes a drag. Some of the humor is just lackluster, and some of the characters, like the human characters, are not that interesting. Even the Transformers, whenever they're on screen, they're not that interesting. So this film bores me. Not one entertaining scene, not one bit makes me go, okay, some decent stuff. Acting performances, not good. Minus a few stuff here and there are pretty decent, but most of it just there. So by the end, Transformers Age of Extinction is a waste of time. Honestly, this is probably the worst Transformers movie I've ever watched. I'm going to give Transformers Age of Extinction a D. I did not like this film, guys. I do not like it. If you guys out there find some enjoyment out of it, that's fine. It's your opinion. But this movie bores me. I did not like this film. Did not care for it. I wish I could have liked it, but this film did not work. Overall, guys, comment down below and tell me, what do you think of Transformers Age of Extinction? Do you love it? Do you like it? Do you think it's alright? Or do you actually hate it? Whatever the case is, comment down below and tell me what you think. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time, see ya.